Hey yo, this is another video. So let's go. First off, right off the bat, uh, over the fence. Um, I'm very angry about something like a lot of different things. But I'm gonna channel and focus my energy into this video. I'm extremely angry right now, but it's not anything anybody did, of course. Just it damn near ties in to what I'm going to be talking about today. So we got to keep it nitty gritty, the nitty gritty big titty. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. So as highly melanated people, so-called black people, extremely melanated people. I like that one a little better. Extremely melanated people. Uh, we doing ourselves a disservice by let me see. All right, number one, having babies. We're thinning out our our genes or our powers. So our power as what we're supposed to turn into over time. So it's like alchemy. You putting all these different things together, all these different things you're going through, and you're turning into something over time. So when we ejaculate or shoot sperm into our girlfriend, our wife or whatever, the woman we're laying with, and we end up having a child together because we don't want to pay for the abortion. And trust me, it's gonna cost you way more than the abortion right now to keep the baby. So what I'm telling you is, and it's not a bad thing to do that, because all in all, you should be your own contraception. As in male black men, so-called black men, extremely melanated men. We should be our own contraception, our own protection, because that's the thing. If we're bringing more and more babies into this world or into this third dimensional plane, we're actually helping God do His work, and that's a bad thing. People say, "Oh, what you mean that's a bad thing?" God is the no. He's not the all, because God ain't the most powerful thing out there. I'm just gonna keep it infinity, man. I'm keeping it in infinity. Fuck that. We losing. You know what I'm saying? We losing big time by doing this. And he said like, oh, you know, they always say, oh, I'm a nut in her and shit. Like, come on, man. Like that's the fucking, what kind of idiot shit is that? Like that shit that just don't make no motherfucking sense. Like, oh, I'm a come in her. And you know, that shit don't make no sense to me. I'm like, why? Then you gotta deal with that when the baby comes into this world. You gotta deal with that. All right. Another thing, you slowing down the woman's spiritual side. Her spiritual, everything she's supposed to go through spiritually, you slowing that down tremendously by her taking care of something outside of herself. That's like they say. That's like the sun came from the darkness. Just like then the son ended up killing his parents off. Like as in if you look at Persian mythology, ended up killing the mother and the father in Persian mythology, and we are the results of that, because like the same thing in Greek mythology, Zeus threw a lightning bolt at his parents, and they exploded, and they once they exploded, the dark matter turned into ash. They said, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That's what we are. Right? He said you put them in a. He said they want to be put in an urn. They burn them. They burn their bodies, and what you have. You have ash. So if that's the case, we're prolonging us getting rid of what this world should be, in like the abyss. This is what we should just be having all the time. Darkness all the time. We wouldn't be in this physical body, because all the suns. Now watch this. Now if I say watch these movies, these movies are important. There's the one, and they were in Egypt. I believe it was the first or the second Transformer movie out of the series. He said he blows up suns. Blowing up suns? He said yes, but that's what I'm saying. The sun is a soul. In Spanish, SOL is the sun. So blowing up suns, they were trying to say the one from the Decepticons. His work was actually to blow up suns. If you're blowing up suns, it's like you're getting rid of these souls that are on this planet. Not like, oh, you see the sun in the sky is going to explode in front of your face, but we're walking suns, because everybody else don't have souls. Even all black people don't have souls, because a lot of people have been recreated, cloned, or DNA manipulation, all kind of stuff. So the thing is, sometimes you can tell who these people are, and sometimes you can't. So that's why I say you can only really tell by being able to be quiet and pay attention around for your surroundings. So I'm upset behind us continuing to have children down here. I told myself I'll never have a child ever again, ever. I'll never ever have a child again. And I said that about 4 years ago, and I was extremely sexually active, and I never had one, because I don't want one. I know how to do it. When you're able to practice and know what you're doing, you're supposed to practice before game time. Like I was gonna say, we talking about practice. We talking about practice. But yeah, you can't win a championship when you in the, because that's you can't win a championship when you on the floor. So how can you win a championship if you making the wrong moves, and she throw it back at you and twist her hip right? That's it for you. You out for the game. You might got one more in you, maybe, but if you use that one throughout the night, I've done it for 6 hours straight. That's I don't know, like 6 hours, and she wanted the breaks, and we took breaks. We talked in between time. But that's the thing, knowing what you can and can't do. Me, I'm able to do that practice by myself, and when it's game time, it don't feel like it's game time, because I'm in my head the whole time. Well, while we're conversing back and forward with our bodies or with certain sounds or whatever, that's warfare. Like it's like this whole thing with I think the story of Shiva and Pravati, when they had a dice game. They was having a dice game. It was just pretty much talking about the sexual intercourse. These are deities, not like actual people. So like they actually put them in a people form so we can relate to them. But our ancestors, highly melanated, extremely melanated people, so-called black people, made all mythologies. So when they did that, they knew we was already in a physical body. It was always with mythology, always trying to get us prepared for not having the physical body again. So in those mythologies, they're able to do things that we can only imagine or dream of. So if they're only doing things we can dream of, then we're not even close to 100%. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not even close to 100%. I'm doing my due diligence to do whatever the fuck I gotta do to do what I gotta do to get this shit happening. Cause I know what to do. If y'all don't know what to do, that's on y'all. But the thing is, it's gonna be an avenue very soon, an avenue to where people can learn how to do this shit. Only highly melanated people this really concerns. Any other type of person or so-called black person outside of a so-called black person, it don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? That's not the concern of this situation. So the first thing I said I was upset with us still having babies, and what was I mad at? Having babies, and so what I do is I just keep expanding or expounding on how not to have babies. So another thing, so you actually, like I said earlier, you actually lowering your actual skill or your actual power by actually releasing. And why they tell a fighter never have sex while they're training, because if they release or ejaculate, they're actually losing blood, and that blood they need to train. But if you know how to do this without releasing, that's actually bringing on power to yourself. That's actually bringing power to yourself. They got the collars inside the woman. It's different parts of the moon cycle of each month. So the like they said, she has the woman has the robe. Her colors of the robe changes. Just like when she's bleeding, the color of different aspects of the blood that have different colors in it. So if that's the case, those are different variations of power. So if you can't maintain a stay strong, and then inside Pandora's box, and you lose the dice game to her, then what was even the purpose? Just to be inside and then jump back out and say, "Oh, damn, man, it felt good." But she not satisfied. That's when she get mad. But when we lose something, and this is another thing, when we lose sperm, or we ejaculate, or we lose cum, or whatever, like in that sense, we end up getting mad at her because she got something from us. And then, but the thing is, if we weren't as so-called black men, extremely melanated people, if as males, if we wasn't so lazy, I'm keeping it at infinity. Fuck that. Motherfuckers, the males is lazy, man. I'm telling you. When we young, they tell us, you want to go for that nut. Go for that. Man, fuck that. Fuck them OGs then. If they telling you that shit, fuck them. Fuck them then. I'm keeping it real. If they telling you that, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Sit your old ass down if you ain't telling the right shit to do. Keeping it, you gotta keep it infinity, man. Fuck that, cause we've been losing. All these motherfuckers. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. I got it. We got all these motherfucking people out here, but we the one that's losing. Why? It don't matter about no motherfucking numbers. It's the numbers you have, and the powers that or the strength of those that minuscule numbers that you have is what's most important. So, all right, this is another thing I'll bring it up. This is not why I'm mad. The thing is, now this is funny. That's why I say I'm not the most talkative person, but the funny thing is, I observe a lot. People, animals, whatever, things, whatever it is, I observe this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I know not to go around that motherfucker like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy shit like that. So, what I observe is all these people, right? All these different types of people outside of highly melanated, so-called black, extremely melanated people. Outside of those people, outside of us, all these people are having babies. Babies. They're having a lot of babies. That means, so think about what I'm saying. If what they're doing, and they're running their DNA to nothing, like water, damn near like nothing. Or like blood is actually water, but it just, when you have the blood cells, when it hit the water, it turns red. So back to what I was talking about. So you got the Latinos, you got the Asians, you got all these different people. I don't really see too many Indians making as many babies, but the Latinos, they make a lot of babies, whatever. But you got to think about it. God, remember I told you before, God wants you to make a lot of babies. Fuck God. God is a coward, man. The more you have a baby, the more babies you have, the more you actually doing a disservice to your own self, because this is brain fluid coming to the physical format in a physical body. So that means this could have been used for yourself, as making yourself stronger. But you lazy as fuck, or you lazy as shit, and you You said, "Oh, I'm just gonna let go and release and let off inside her." I was like, when I didn't know no better, how could I know? How could I be mad? How could anybody be mad at myself? Be mad at me if I didn't know any better? But I know better, and I know I would never have a baby in my fucking life ever again. Because my goal is, my goal is to destroy this motherfucking third dimensional plane, destroy God, kick him in his teeth, cut his head off. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I mean? Because God ain't shit. Reason why I say that, because God manipulates things to the point where when you know you got that baby, you got to take care of it. Now your spiritual journey has to suffer. The woman has to suffer spiritually because they have to take care of something outside of their selves. That's bullshit. You know what the most fucked up shit is? Most of our people ain't getting no motherfucking jobs. So how these motherfuckers gonna take care of these motherfucking kids if they don't have no way to make no money? But like the thing is, that's why they'll get rid of the man outside get the man out the house, and then, hey girl, come on over here. You got that man out the house. I'm the government. I got these checks for you, these stamps, all that. I can get you a house, all that. He can't do none of that for you because it's an illusion. This is all an illusion. So if this is all an illusion, why not fight the illusion of the physical body, or fight God with your physical body? You know what I'm saying? So if we're God's actual parents, so that's why I can wake up and be like, damn, I woke up another day. So that means I got something I ain't do that I'm supposed to be doing, or something I'm supposed to be doing in my life that I haven't completed or figured out yet. So I tell myself that, hey, just because you're here for another day, don't mean it ain't something you can do to get closer to your actual goal. I say, okay. So if they're doing this for the highly melanated woman, giving her these things in order for you not to have a male in the house, what that means, they don't want you dancing with them, dancing with each other. They don't want you having sex with each other, especially if you studying sexual tantra. Especially, they don't want that because they know who we are, but we don't remember who we are. That's the funny part. They know who we are. They seen all our ancient texts. They seen all the ancient scripts, all that shit. They say, hey, keep this shit in the book away from these niggas. So they don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh yeah, I done ran across a couple of these texts, and I will not relinquish these ancient sacred texts for my ancestors. So I done seen how to do what to do and how to do it, and now I done put it into action to the point where put me up against any highly melanated, extremely melanated woman. I won't lose. Trust me. I had to go through the gauntlet. I went through the gauntlet and still came out victorious. Hey, I maybe one day I might get into it and talk about it, but hey, hey, but I probably won't right now. But sometime down the line, I might remember it. But I'm saying you gotta practice. So I was practicing by myself, and then I was able to do it with highly melanated, so-called black, extremely melanated females. Man, and I never lost. I never released for what was it? Like, I was extremely sexually active for about 2 to 3 years. So I'll definitely say it can be done. But that's another thing. That's why we're so lazy, because we love the physical, and God created this illusion, physical, this physical world as an illusion. So I told myself, if it's just an illusion, why can't I do the same thing this motherfucker's doing to us and just flip it on this motherfucker? Like, it's like, you probably like, what is he talking about? Well, you gotta think about it. If you in the illusion, if you came to your parents to be here, so why can't you delete the illusion if you in this motherfucker? Hey, I'm telling you, there's no way I can lose at this shit. There's no way I can lose. Anytime I like it is when it's time for that, I don't lose. They gotta tap out on me. I don't release nothing. I make them tap out. Like, oh, let's take a break. Oh, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like the longest I ever, 6 hours with like 2 or 3 breaks in between that. No let up. Not letting up. I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up. Cause that's the thing. You got to visualize yourself at war. You at war not with each other, but it's a war almost like to see who can go the longest, to keep going, to keep it going. Like with me, like sometimes it will be some days where I'll have to work the very next morning and only get like an hour of sleep. An hour of sleep before work. From before going to work, I had sex for like 4 or 5 hours, and then go to work, smiling like I had, smiling like I had like 2, 3 energy drinks when I had none. The only energy drink I had was eating that pussy. You gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be out here faking and fronting that shit. Fuck God, man. Fuck God every day of my life. Fuck God, man. I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real, man. We like, oh, don't say that. I'm not nobody's religion. Like, fuck that. That religion shit was made for the white people, the Mexicans, the Asians, the what do you call it? The white Arab, all those religions was made for them to teach them how to act, not for us, because we're spiritual people. It wasn't taught for us. It wasn't made for us to be taught how to act, because we wrote this shit. God damn it, like God damn, like this shit don't make no motherfucker. Like that's why we like it baffles me. Like I'm looking like this shit is like, if we don't know, we don't know. But like the thing is, so much more information is coming to the point where that's why so much information is coming to the point where we have to start picking. If you're not picking up, you're going to be taken up out of here. So the earth is changing. You got to change with it. If you're not, you're up out of here. That's why there's a lot of black people going from this virus, and it's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that, because they just wasn't ready to change. So I'm going to get back to what I was talking about earlier, about how all these different other races are having all these babies. They don't have, obviously, they don't have as much melanin as, I'm not just talking about skin melanin, but the internal melanin too. They don't have as much as us. They don't have the ideas that we have. They don't have all that. So that's what the melanin is, like ideas, movement, music, all that stuff it entwined with melanin. So if they're having baby after baby after baby like that, because when you ejaculate or when you come, you're actually killing yourself, because that's blood you're losing. Every time you come, don't you get sleepy? When I used to come, if I wasn't doing something, I used to get sleepy. So like, and I talk to people, they were like, "Yeah, man, I be getting sleepy in the mother, because that's blood in that sperm. It's blood, and for you to make that baby, it's blood inside there. So if they're giving up baby after baby after baby, all we got to do is survive this motherfucker. All we got to do is survive and keep and thrive as much as we can. But survival is key, because survival, you starting to turn into something else. I've been touching my nose lately. Like my nose, the front of my nose is like got like a crease in the middle of the front of my, like in the middle part of my nose. I feel like I'm changing, not just physically, but internally too. I feel like I'm changing. So like the thing is, if they're having all these babies, it might look like we're outnumbered. But remember, just like the police, when they see a highly melanated man or a so-called black person, what they do is call for backup, because they don't want to deal with that by themselves. It's a problem. So that's the case. That it just goes to show you, they're the 3/5 of a human being. They have to put that on us to make us feel like we're less, or like we see more numbers with them. We got a lot of people, because we have a lot of babies too, but we got to think about it like this. If they do that when they pull us over, you got to think about it. That means they're the less. They're the 3/5 or the 2/5 or the 1/5. That's what they are. So I made this video I was angry earlier, but it was a method to this. It was to cast a shadow, but the shadow I just cast was a net. Like when you catch like fish with your net, and what you pull out is what you pull out. And so what I pulled out was all these different ideas out of my head that was like damn near floating around each other. I just needed a way to damn near plug in and plug into each one of them so they can make sense to the actual person that's listening or watching this video. So that's why I was like, I'm starting to smooth out a little bit. I feel my body is, because I'm getting a lot of energy out. But the thing is, I'm still gonna be like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be like this. I practice damn near either every day or every other day. As a male, I have orgasms. That's what, as highly melanated people, so-called black males, even the sisters should be masturbating. The males should be masturbating. As highly melanated people, we supposed to be doing this. If we're not mentally prepared for this shit. We're not. So I said, oh yeah, that sounds like sexual what do you call that shit? Sexual perversion or something. No, it's not. Like it's not perversion. What do you call motherfuckers that train at war? They train at war fighting and shit. They're practicing because this is war. We're at war. Not like to be, oh, I want to be this. I want our people to be doing this and this and this. And why aren't we doing this? We can do better. No, it's not about that. It's about destroying what was once wasn't. This world wasn't here at one point. That was a large war on this planet or this third dimension at one point. And so if it was a war from the deities and gods, or the greater ones and the elder gods, when the war happened, the child was able to take out his parents. So if we're the parents and God is our child, so I'm at war every day of my motherfucking life. If I'm down here, I'm at war every day of my motherfucking life until it's over. So fuck God, man. I gotta keep it real. So I like, you know what I'm saying. I love the children and shit. Like I love our melanated children. But God damn it, if motherfuckers gonna keep rapping that bullshit or singing that bullshit to not bring no, they don't know what they talking about. They just doing it because the motherfucker will pay them. And when they pay them, they'll pay them because a lot of people can't really do nothing right now. Like a lot of things like around the country because of this so-called virus. But I'm glad it happened. Oh, I'm so glad it happened. It shows the fake shit in this fucking world. The illusion. It just shows how much of an illusion this place really is. So I feel like I'm close to a lot of things. And when I'm close, I want to keep tearing away at certain things. So I'm making this video to get my niggas on game. I've been on game for about 3-4 years, getting it in, like literally and spiritually. Both are the same. I've been getting into sex is spiritual, because you have to be intact with yourself, knowing what you are. If I'm a deity, why would I lessen myself to go pray to a fucking god? The word God is actually younger than the word deity. So why would I go do that? Give my energy to something else, or have a child and give all my energy to it? I told myself I refuse to not ever do it again. So I would never, ever, it's been years and I would never do it again. No matter what, it don't matter. It don't matter. I would die before I actually have a child again. I would die before I actually have a child again. What's the point of living? Because now you damn near really gonna take yourself out by doing this. You're taking yourself out. I tell you about the blood and the sperm. I tell you about the child gonna damn near give you a heart attack and all this shit. Dealing with the child growing up and whatever throughout his life. So why not figure it out while you don't have any children? But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's in such a rush to feel like they belong here, to feel like they belong. Man, fuck God and fuck this third dimension. It's higher dimensions in this shit. It's like it's all in your head. But when the time comes and when that shit happens, there's gonna be people trying to shut that shit down. And I know what the fuck to do. I know what the fuck to do. I don't gotta speak about it right now. All I gotta do is put it into action. It's not gonna take like a whole bunch of people to do it. All it takes is the right people to do it. Like I say, look around you. Look around you. Like Tupac said, look at your strength. Physically, our strength has been diminishing, as in we still having babies. Physically, they have a lot of the numbers. Because you got to think about it. You got people that can barely speak English. They come over here and they get these things. But these things will not be afforded to you if you already been in this country already. Why is that? Because when they put a store, convenience store, gas station, whatever, and somebody else runs the shit, they're actually taking money out of your community. They're taking money out. Even though the funny thing is, you gotta going to a grocery store. It's slightly different, but the gas station itself, you know, if you look at these people are foreigners. They can hardly speak English, and then I'm telling you, these people they'll leave where the gas station is, or the convenience store is, or the corner store is, quotations over the corner store. Once they leave there, they go into their nice house in their suburb house, in a suburb area. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. I know. I would not lie. So they don't live in your area. They don't live where you live at. They just make money off of where you live at. So in order for us to change the shit, I'm about to end the video very soon. We have 32 minutes and 40 seconds. You gotta burn this shit up. Burn this shit up with your energy. I'm like, what do you mean? What I mean is dance around them. Do your thing. Keep dancing. Keep music. Keep humming. Your mute that's movement. That's snake movements, or movement of the snake. That's what God's parents were. The dragon. So when you look at mythology, all the dragons, they always get killed in mythology. Why? That's what we are. We are the snake people. Just like what's his name? St. Patrick killed all the snake people in Ireland. They weren't talking about actual snakes. They was talking about highly melanated people that have the Kundalini energy inside of them. Like you can find that in India, Egypt, or Kemet, to Tibet, different places. They talk. What else? Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Where the Olmecs pyramids was at. They dealt with the serpent. So that we were always been telling ourselves this in our mythology. The serpent, the snake, the dragon, all these things. But we always keep going with, this so-called God. And again, I'm gonna say it again. Fuck God, man. I say fuck God all the time. All throughout my day. You just catching like 34 minutes of it. And you know what I'm saying? Get your jaws tight then. Get mad. So fucking what? So fucking what? Fuck God. Tell God to eat a dick, just not mine. I only fuck with women, man. That's it. Fuck God. You heard me? Like, fuck that motherfucker. Fuck him. I don't care how much I suffer down here. I would never change my mind pattern. I would never change for that bullshit. Because I understand what the fuck been going on in my life, and I never understood it when I was younger. So much was held from me until, I mean, not just like things in books. I mean things dealing with family. They don't give you everything. They don't tell you shit. So when the ancestors start telling me more than what you telling me, I don't need to talk to you no more. I alleviate you out of my life to the point where your lies don't mean anything. To the point where I can take a whole family out of my life if you wasn't intending on telling me something that could help me with my life or change my life. So when I've been learning these things through my ancestors, they've been telling me, showing me certain things and telling me certain things, and I've been figuring this out without you telling me. I don't need to talk to you. So that means I'm actually building myself up even stronger. Even stronger. So as people, family sometimes will hold you back. Friends will hold you back. These niggas trying to hold me back. These hoes won't hold me back. They gonna do it. You know why? Because just because you come through them in a physical body, and they say, "Oh, that's our child," or whatever, you come through your mother and your father, they don't mean that they're your everything. They're not your everything. That was just a vehicle for you to come through this motherfucker and do what you're supposed to do while you're here. And I have no fear of anything. Of whatever has to happen is going to happen. But regardless of the fact is, I'm a deity. I know what I've been doing. What have you been doing? Nigga. And quit coming so much, god damn it, and having babies. We turn into a motherfucking laughing stock around this shit. I'm not talking about other people. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about to our ancestors. We become a laughing stock to our ancestors. Like, look at this shit. We are our ancestors in another body, in a physical body. So you get your soul, awaken your soul. Your soul is still in if your soul is still in the egg and you're not fully turning into what you're supposed to turn into, you are doing yourself a disservice. And I'm not holding up for you. If you ain't ready, you're gonna die. You're gonna burn up and die. So whatever I'm telling you to do while you're around these other people, I'm doing it. I'm doing this shit. And I see motherfuckers get sick. I see motherfuckers get hurt and get really fucked up. That's why I can tell y'all this, because I've actually been through myself. Motherfuckers get the coughing around me when I'm not sick at all. I know what this shit is about. All this shit. Not just, seeing this and that. No, I know what all this shit is about. Fuck God, man. God don't run shit. He just run around this motherfucker. That's it. He don't run shit. All he can do is manipulate. All God is doing is manipulation of an illusion. So if you're manipulating an illusion, there's nothing real to begin with. We can feel our bodies. Yeah, we feel it. But what if we get our minds to another hierarchy, to a higher plateau, to where the body you can feel pain, but pain starts to leave your body or leaves your mind to the point where, oh, my arm is hurting right here, but damn near I don't feel it in the same way I felt it before. That means your mind is becoming stronger. But like I said before, I was going to end the video. I'm going to end the video. So stop letting loose and releasing sperm and cum everywhere. Like, oh, you killing yourself. And the thing is, if you catching this video, change it. If you ain't gonna change it, you gonna die. Like, everybody gotta die. Everybody gotta die. But believe me believe me when I tell you, it's something is something that is changing, and is making itself known. And while it's changing, a lot of people aren't going to be dying, because you know why? It's a lot more information on this dimension. So if there's a lot more information, that means people are expanding. And if people are expanding, then the people that's not expanding, they're going to be dying. The ones that are expanding their minds and their bodies, they're the ones that are going to be immortal, like they say in Highlander, I am immortal. So, fuck God. This is the end of this video. Nigga. Kill a day and kill God while you at it too.